Do y'all think gaming is in a bad spot right now? I've seen a lot of people say that gaming is in like one of the worst spots it's ever been in. Do y'all agree with that or no? Can I be honest? I think yes. Can I be real? First of all, games are so expensive now. Let's talk about Legends ZA and fucking Pokopia being $100. Now, Pokopia is a great game. That game looks super great. I know everybody who's played this having so much fun, but it's $100 game. And then I feel like every other new game that comes out just sucks. Like, can you guys name me one game that came out in the past 6 months that you guys have actually, like, played recently? Like, besides Pokopia, like Legends ZA, we all played Legends ZA, but who the hell plays that now? Silksong. Valid, but who the hell playing Silksong now, bro? Like, let's be honest, you know what I mean? Like, what about Hytale? Dude, everybody was so excited for Hytale. Who the fuck? Yeah, have y'all heard anything about Hytale in the past 3 months? Didn't think so. I haven't either. Yeah, dog, no, like literally DK Bonanza, dude, that game came out and like nobody talked about it. That game dropped and nobody played it. Like people played it, but like, when was the last time you heard somebody talk about DK Bonanza in the past 5 months? Maybe, okay, maybe not 5 months, like 3 months. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like 10 years ago, everybody was talking about gaming, bro. You had Fortnite, you had GTA 5, you had Minecraft, and obviously Minecraft's no Minecraft, but I just feel like people, like gaming just nowadays, or more so recently, has just kind of sucked. Like a lot of the bigger AAA games just feel like they're just decreasing in quality. It almost feels like a chore game nowadays. No, true though. And like Call of Duty, like the new Battlefield came out. Everybody played that for like, I don't know, a week. And then that game died out. New Call of Duty comes out, people play it and they hate on it the entire time. I can't tell you the last time a big game came out that stayed, I think it's gonna be Marvel Rivals. I think that's gonna be the last time a game dropped, kind of blew up and stayed relevant. And when did Marvel Rivals come out? December 6th, 2024. So yeah, that game came out a year ago. And like, it's still relevant. Like, the last time I feel like a big game came out and stuck was Marvel Rivals, December 6th, 2024. I can't tell you the last time I played a game and I felt hooked. And anytime I do feel hooked or like the drive to grind a game, it's an older game. Like recently, I've been playing Modern Warfare 2019. The key word in that title, 2019. That game is 7 years old this year. I guess here's a better question. What is a 2025 drop that you still play nowadays? Did any game come out in 2025 that you still actively play now? Hades 2? Can I see Hades' Steam player account? Currently, it's 5,000 players with a peak of 112,000. So yeah, that's niche. It's got 5,000 players right now on Steam. Obviously, games can be played more on Steam, but like because that's the only really source of public knowledge of who's playing and who's not. I feel like a lot of games now, even the new ones, just have a higher rating, are made so anyone can play, but to me, it just feels like it's insulting my intelligence as a player. I'm gonna be so honest, I think you're dead on the money. I think people or game companies are focusing too much on trying to broaden their player base rather than focusing on maintaining their current one. Like every game ever is just trying to min-max the amount of money they can make off a game instead of focusing on keeping their game alive and engaging. Like I don't feel like games really give players a reason to return anymore. And I'm sure there are some games out there that are like low-key hidden gems with like a couple thousand players, like just like people don't really know about, that are low-key really fun. But like that new Apex game that dropped. I know a lot of people who don't pay attention to like to shooter games, but like that one game that came out that was made by the creators of Apex Legends shut down like that. Gone. Wait, it's out? No, it's gone. It dropped and it's already gone. The game died. Like they shut it down. Hey, why is this blinking orange? What are we doing? Like, I feel like the games that everyone plays, like the most popular games, are like older games. You know what I mean? Just people going back to play the older games because the new ones suck. And you can only go back and play the older games so many times. You do gotta put respect where respect is. Jinxie is doing a great job at bringing new or making players try games they haven't played before. Clash Royale, Rocket League. Obviously, he blew up Siege. I've seen him. He's recently playing CSGO and Valorant more too. I seen him talk about wanting to play Apex Legends and one more game. He is definitely making a huge impact in the gaming industry, but I don't know, bro. I feel like gaming kind of sucks. And honestly, I guess it kind of makes sense though, because I feel like most people are just anxious, like, or not anxiously, but like, people are just waiting for GTA 6 to drop. Like, I do think GTA 6 is deadass gonna it's gonna hard reset the gaming industry. I really do believe that is the most anticipated video game of all time. Once GTA 6 drops, a lot of other creators are going to be, or companies are going to be very hesitant to release games, because what gaming industry ever wants to compete with the most anticipated video game of all time? Nobody. Everybody, or I would not literally everybody, I would say a giant chunk of the global population has heard the term or knows of GTA 6. But I think because people or companies are going to be hesitant to release games during GTA 6, not its life cycle, but for the first like 6 months of GTA 6, that's going to give them time to improve on the games they already have, and B, any games that they are making that they were planning on releasing. So that's why I think that GTA 6 might actually completely reset the gaming industry. What do y'all think, bro? Let me know, chat. What do y'all think? I'd love to hear your opinions. Waves, it pretty well just feels like a rinse repeat for any game. Now, no game feels like a new and unique experience. Truth. That is so true. Every game really does just kind of feel like the friend slot games are a perfect example. Now, I don't want to use the term slop because slop sounds kind of like, it sounds like I'm talking down on the genre, when in reality, like, those games are super fun. Like Peak, Lethal Company, there's a new one that just came up, like wizards and shit, like going through a castle or something. What are some other ones I can't think of? Repo, RV There Yet. Those games are fun, but like there's just so many of them now. So many of them. And they're just getting milked. But they all feel like the same thing over and over and over again. And I feel like that's the problem. I feel like nowadays people are just trying to like get their games to sell, get their bag, and then make something new. But why are we not instead making something amazing and then maintaining it? Like fucking, when was the last time they dropped a game like Destiny, bro? A game that they drop and then they maintain for years and years and years on end. I feel like roguelike games are the best idea for long-lasting games. I want to agree, but I also gotta disagree with that because roguelike gets incredibly repetitive. The issue with roguelike is it's either incredibly repetitive or it's incredibly complex and then nobody wants to invest the time. You know what I mean? It's really hard to make a complex entry-level friendly roguelike game. Risk of Rain 2 is really staying alive. Is it? I have Risk of Rain 2. It's a pretty fun game, but I play it once a month, maybe. Landfall, devs of Peak. As we drop in the goofy ass games, so put in for a decent amount of time, then they make another. Yeah, and there's no shame to that, but it's just like, you know what I mean? That kind of gaming just didn't exist back then. Back then, people made a game, and then like they wouldn't make another game for years. Now people are putting out 3-4 games a year, like those kind of friend slop games. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody here can name me a game in 2025 that's still relatively played. You know what I mean? What game came out in 2025 that people are still playing? Arc Raiders is still huge. Yeah, but Arc Raiders it's definitely dying out. You're very right. Arc Raiders is still big, but it's starting to die out. I see less and less Arc Raiders as time goes on. You know what I mean? Like, there definitely are some games. I'm not saying every game that comes out is bad, but like, when was the last time a big game dropped? Like, really, a big game dropped? Like, Call of Duty used to drop every year. Big deal. Battlefield would drop. Big deal for the boomer, the unkettes. Like, Fortnite dropped, Minecraft dropped, Terraria dropped, like, all these great games dropped. But when was the last time we had a great game? Pokemon Champion's about to be the game? I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest. The way the funding for that game works is a free-to-play game with microtransactions. I don't think so. I think it's definitely going to be a game that maintains a player base because it's Pokemon, but like, I'm not expecting tens of thousands of players daily, like 5-6 months into the game's life cycle. Every game comes out, grabs a huge player base, and then they can never maintain it. I think that's the biggest issue, is that companies cannot maintain player base. The only game that really keeps their player base is CS2. You know, there are totally games that still do, like CS2, Valorant, Fortnite. The Fortnite's dying. Apex Legends, even like Clash Royale, dude, that's another game too. That's not a shooter. Like, that game blew up and then it just died because they couldn't maintain their player base because of greed. But like, greed is just everywhere. It's so sad, bro. The problem is that many older games are too good for people to switch. Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm saying. That's a bad thing. That new game, like, good games don't come out anymore. The older games are too good for people to switch, which is a problem because gaming over time should improve. You know, every time a new game comes out, it should be an improvement on the previous entry in the franchise, or it should be a unique spin of some sort of already existing franchise that is well received. Like Valorant. Valorant was such a unique spin on CS2 and it's stuck, and that's why people still talk and play Valorant today. I don't know, it doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't. And it's so sad. So sad.